Yep, I'm good.
Are you holding it? Or?
Yeah, I'll hold
Okay.
it. Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, Coach, so obviously big time of year for you guys getting ready for camp now and like, getting through the rest of the season. Obviously Camp T was a big time for you guys and the week was a long one, but how'd you feel the practices went over the course of the 4 days in Camp T?
They're always productive. You know, your first day, you're always excited and, you know, new. Even if you've been there before, we have some guys that have been there this third time. But, you know, the atmosphere is great, the trees. You're just in a different environment. It's almost like a away game, but it's your home field, but it's away. So it was nice. But I thought the kids, you know, line practice every day they built. I wish they would have finished a little bit better on Saturday, but we didn't play bad up front. It just kind of some new looks that I got to do a better job of getting them. But I thought it was productive. Guys got better, and you know, it was fun. And you're building the bond and just all those things that you can't teach. Through the team chemistry you learn up there at Camp T.
Were there any specific players or kind of sections of the O-line group that you felt like got a little bit more close and tight-knit during Camp T?
Just the group. You know, anytime you have a bunch of older guys, returners, and then you have we have an influx of freshmen. We have a lot of freshmen, whether it's their first year or their second year. You just see them sitting together, playing cards together, laughing together, because there's nowhere to go. You go there and you either go to your bunk or you go to, you know, the team hall where in the cafeteria. So you just hung out, you know, and so for myself, you know, like the kids I got, you know, hiking up there, I was walking up and down and I saw two young men who are new to the program in Jamero and Douglas. You know, two guys that they don't really, you know, they're cool, but they don't really hang out. But I saw them hiking together and help each other out, which was awesome. And that's what you do. This is what this is about. And, you know, it was a tough hike, and everybody had each other's back and going up that mountain, and it was fun.
On the turf for you guys, obviously kind of past the halfway point now of fall camp and getting ready for the season, playing against a very talented defensive line front in every practice. What do you make about the production that you guys have been able to kind of grow and kind of how you guys are going so far?
You know, I think our guys are trying to be physical. They're trying to be as violent as physical. And they're just trying to set the tempo there. Obviously, our D-line is very talented, athletic. They've got some edge, and so it makes us better. But, you know, I just, you know, we just try to be as violent as you can up front, in controlled violence. And I thought that they're doing a good job of that. And sometimes they're being a little bit more aggressive as far as, and then kind of shedding a little bit of technique. But I said, fellas, as long as you're aggressive, I can fix everything else. And so I do like the fact that they're trying to move forward in the run game and in the pass game. You know, they're changing up their set angles and trying to frustrate those defensive linemen.
What does that look? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
What have you made of the development of the twins coming over from Iowa State, and what have you made of the reps that Wade has gotten?
Well, you know, they're still young. You know, they're still, you know, redshirt freshmen. This is only their second year in college, second camp in college football, so they're still young. And they're, you know, they're going to make some bonehead mistakes. They're going to make some physical mistakes, but they're also going to do what they're supposed to. And that just comes with time and development with that whole class, and not just those two. And those two happen to be here, you know, in the summer in May, when guys in their class like Champ and Terrell Kim and, you know, those guys who have been here in the system, they have a little bit up on the mental part of it. But, you know, I think the development is coming along, and you know, they're fixing their mistakes and making new ones, which is good.
On that note, with Ben, obviously him being a player who's transitioned to positions before up front and doing this again to center, how's that kind of been for him during this time period, trying to continue to grow at his new position?
He's good. You know, you just got to remember, and I got to remember, Ben's one of the best. You know, last year he was one of the best guards in the Big 12, and he can really do it all. And his transition to center, he's, you know, it's been smooth, and we're trying to find the best five out there, so we kind of mix and match stuff. But, you know, Ben's going to dominate at center. He's going to dominate at guard. Hell, I bet if I put him at tackle, he'll survive and dominate out there because he's played all five.
On when you get the practices like this, where you guys have gone through a lot of like really back and forth, high intensity practices against the D line, and maybe you guys lose some reps to the defensive guys from time to time. Does it ever have to be a situation where you have to kind of reinstill some, not reinstill confidence, but just kind of reaffirm to the guys that you guys are really doing what we need you to do, but we're going up against the D-line group that is also like a very talented side as well?
That's kind of our mantra, this, you know, in our culture in the O-line room. It's one snap at a time. It doesn't matter if it's a good play. you kick somebody's tail or you got your tail kicked. Doesn't matter. You take it one snap at a time, and that's been the standard we've been instilling in them, since they got here. And so you've got to be consistent with their approach to practice and their approach to a game. They have to have a plan in every play, and then they run the play, and then they come back and do the same approach. That way, they won't get so up and they won't get so down. And so, I want them to be as poised as they can in their controlled violence and all that stuff. So, I think they're doing a good job of responding when we do give up a play or two, because that's football. That's life. How do you respond when something happens? You can't be, every play can't be a Super Bowl, but every play can't be you lost the Super Bowl. It's got to be consistent, just like in life. So I think they're doing a really good job of responding to that.
The AP poll was just released today. Obviously, I know Kenny said it multiple times. You guys don't put a lot of stock into those polls, given how you guys ran the table last year.
Yeah.
But what do you make of ASU being just outside the top 10, right?
I love the fact that everybody's into the fans and the media, and I do. I love it. But once you get on the field, nobody cares. Once you watch the film, nobody cares. On the team, just one snap at a time. The most important play is the next play, and the most important game is the next one. So I don't think we're making too much of it. We're just trying to figure out how to block our D-line.
Yeah, and then last question for me, what have you made of kind of the depth battles this entire week?
It's fun. It's fun, and today, it really started in camp too. You saw them, they're battling, but they also have each other's back. They're correcting each other. And so it's really nice when you see guys who are competing with each other. Always, now they're starting to help correct each other. Like, hey, your first step, or man, maybe you should have done this. And so I hear that in the background as they're correcting each other. And so I thought it was good. I think it's fun. They're young and they're athletic, and let's get after it. And we got, today we had a lot of the true freshmen in there, and Deshaun Bryant and Rob J. Lapuaho. So it was good. It's good seeing them go against our twos.
On the reverse note of that, do you feel like you have a lot of guys that are really ecstatic to take that criticism too? Like guys that are asking, like if they lost the rep, like, hey, what'd you see here that maybe I didn't do, and things of that nature?
I think it takes time. It takes time to develop. In this day and age, most of the youth, they'll take criticism, but the way I present their criticism is a little bit rougher than others, but I do it for a reason, so they can take it, and so it does develop them some time to take to respond to some of the adversity, whether it's me on them or whether they lost a rep or they're the defensive linemen talking trash to them. They've got to narrow their focus, go back to the process, and they've got to learn that. So it takes time. It takes time to do that with the young guys.
All right, good man.